Yes, please. Okay, now? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So it's Miguel here from Zavala. I'm with my colleague Nestor. And we are about to start a presentation for Blockchers Open Call. So before we start, just to let you know that this presentation is being recorded. That will be available afterwards through our YouTube channel. We will be doing a presentation about the conditions of the open call, how we work, how we will select the new use cases for this second call. And also we have a very nice surprise today because we have brought with us one of the companies that is actually part of the portfolio of Blockchers, which is Validated ID. And they will be talking about their personal experience within the program during the first open call so that you have information right from the spot inside the accelerator program. Said that, let me open. That's it. So, Blockchers. So, we will start with a small video that we have created for this second call. But the main aim of Blockchers is to facilitate the revolution of distributed ledger technologies across Europe and SMEs. You will see how we do that, but first of all, we will start with this video.
On the first call of Blockchers, we received 180 proposals showing the use of blockchain technology in traditional sectors in Europe. Initially, we selected 3 companies, and right now we are working with 8 of them in an acceleration process that will end on March to launch new products and services.
Okay, so thank you for your attention. And now Nestor will start with the presentation of the open call and so on. If in the meanwhile you have questions, you can drop your questions through the chat window and we will be answering you live. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Nestor.
Good morning to everybody. I'm Nestor, and the person was in the video also, so you can know me right now. As Miguel has said, today we are going to try to explain you how we are working in the second call of the Blockchers program, who we are and what we are doing. So, Blockchers program is a European project that was starting in the 1st of January of 2019, and this year we are having the second year of the program. We have 3,040 euros to the second call. No? We are now starting. It's going to finish next week, so you are on time to submit the proposals. And we are 4 partners participating in the proposal. We are Zavala. Here we are Miguel and me. We are from Zavala. We are the coordinators of the project. But also we have on board Innomine, they are a Hungarian company. Frankfurt School Blockchain Center from Germany, and Alastria is a blockchain network here on Spain. So we are the partners of the project. The objective of the Blockchers program is selecting SMEs, developing solutions with blockchain and other developers ledger technologies for the validation in end-user SMEs use cases. We are trying to look for new uses of the blockchain technology in different domains. No? We have selected some domains, but we are open to receive solutions to all over the SMEs in Europe. So here we have selected the industry, the food, media, and we have the other domain that so you can include and send to us any innovative solution related with blockchain that you think is going to be useful for other SMEs. What's for us, what we consider an use case? No? For us, a use case is when we have an end user SME, it's a traditional SME that they are not technological, they don't know about blockchain, but they have a need that they need to solve. So they keep in contact with a technological SME, that is the one that knows about blockchain and all the different technologies, and they are going to give a solution to solve these needs. No? This is the use case. Both companies working together, the technological SME and the end user SME. And for us, this is very important, and mainly the only thing that we are asking for you is to have a letter of commitment between both companies. No? This is one mandatory document. I think is the most important thing that you need to take in account. We need this commitment between both companies. Both SMEs, both of them must be small or medium companies. So once we have the use case, what are our final approach in the second open call? Right now we have the open call open, so you can submit your proposals until the 13th of March, is the next Friday. And after the evaluation, we are going to select up to 18 SMEs. So we are here talking about the technological SMEs, that they are going to do a short pitch in the immersion phase. During this immersion phase, we are going to select the final 12 companies that are going to be working in the implementation phase during more or less 4 or 5 months up to end of this year, and we are going to have the final prize competition December of this year or January of next year. So we need to have usually on December. And in the final prize, we are going to do another pitch competition explaining how you have developed the use cases, how are you doing, no? And we are going to select the first prize and the second prize. So, but we are not giving only money for you. We are trying to give more service for the selected companies, so you can use Blockchers program as an accelerator program that helps your company develop these use cases and start the business. So the different partners that we are going to give you other services. Alastria is going to give you the access to their infrastructure. It's not compulsory, so if you have another network that you need is better to use, you can use it, but you have the possibility to use this one by free. From Zavala and from Innomine, we are going to give you the coaching services during all the project. We are individually supporting each selected company and trying to help them. The technical support from Alastria, they are the technical experts in the distributed ledger technologies. There is also a certificate program from the Frankfurt School that is valued in 5,000 euros, and you will have free access to it. And also is in matchmaking with different investors, so you can start valuing your company. Here, as we have said, we are in the second call, so you have some main figures about the first open call that is right now closing, and next week we are closing with the prices of the first call. So we are right now in the final process of this first call, and we had 180 proposals open in the submission system. We are going to talk later about how you need to submit the proposals. From these proposals, 56 were eligible, and from 18 different countries. 14 proposals passed all the thresholds, and we selected the final 12 proposals. Usually there is also a list, a reserve list, if any of the finally selected proposals do not fulfill the final requirements. We can use this reserve list to have the final 12 companies. In this case, we are going to select 18 in this first moment and 12 for the second one. And in the implementation phase of the first call, we selected 8 companies. Which ones? Pues, these ones were the companies that we selected for the implementation phase for the first call. There are 4 companies from Spain, 1 from Belgium, another one from Portugal, from Slovenia, and from Bulgaria. And here.
Yes, now we're going to open the mic to Validated ID, represented by Xavier Vila. So, Xavier, if you have your mic open, right?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So basically, can you tell the audience what's been your experience in Blockchers so far? How was the submission process? How's been the acceleration? What you've done, what you've learned, a little bit of everything.
Definitely. Well, good morning, everybody. Well, just to introduce a little bit myself, so you know what we are doing around, and then I'll explain you a little bit how this journey was, this exciting journey was. So yes, I'm Xavier, and actually now I am product manager at Validated ID, and and we are working with a new project which we call VChain, and that's the project that we showcased that we proposed at Blockchers to accelerate. And actually, well, we partnered with a company which is called Factory Matters. This was our SME that we were helping them, you know, in 2 ways. They are Factory Matters. They are an edtech company, and they have created a new learning method that they call factory-based learning. And actually, they do kind of project-based learning where the students create a technology or a startup, and they do all the steps. Actually, they do some marketing, they do project management, and other stuff. And they are working with the European Commission's the Digital Competencies Framework, and actually what they wanted to do is to improve the credentials management that when students are evaluated in a specific competence, they have created a framework, and they wanted to manage them in a digital way. And they are also were struggling with logging and authentication and identification stuff with their customers, actually. So the match was pretty handy because, well, what do we do on our idea of blockchain and technology, and the main reason that we started our project was, well, there must be another way of dealing with identity, and that's why we created VChain, because now, well, identity now it's very centralized. Depends on if you think of what kind of authentication and identification methods do you use regularly on the internet. Basically, we're using a lot of one of the majors like Google's and Facebook's, and so we're thinking that blockchain was a way to democratize and decentralize the control of how these identifiers are used and actually used to to stalk and to track anything we do. So the match was pretty straightforward, actually. We agreed on, okay, we were looking for a proof of concept. We were looking for a real use case, and well, we applied, and actually the first part was the easiest one, the open call, the letter of commitment. We did a video, well, the description on the form. I think it was very important. And now I'm going to give you a little more insightful information. I think it was very important to show that there was a real use case and marketing potential behind what we were trying to do, actually. Not only, I mean, together in this use case, but also as a product and a service that we, as Validated, we were creating that had a potential. And actually, we were showing that with Blockchers, we're getting help for doing the first step, actually, creating a proof of concept and getting some funding in order to, well, you know, we are also a startup and we are doing some, even though Factory Matters was already running a little bit, when you do some research and development, well, I think that if you guys who are listening are also on the startup world, you know what does it mean to have zero on your bank account. So well, that helped a lot, and I think that that was the grant that Blockchers is providing is very helpful to start doing a first proof of concept. So after this. After we got on the immersion phase, which is the second one, there's a competition, but it's fine. It's just, well, there's a pitch to be presented on a business, let's say a business one and a technical one, and there we prepared a prototype. I think it's very useful to spend some time, even if you do some PowerPoint stuff, whatever, but it's very important to picture what do you want to do. I mean, it's easier to explain what your project about, but if you're able to make up a good presentation, animation, video, whatever, to explain the people that are evaluating you, what do you want to do, that, I mean, that's paramount. We got the chance that, well, we had a good prototype because we had been working before Blockchers, so we already got this ready, and I think that it helped us a lot. So I think you're on time. The competition, the immersion phase is still some weeks away, so I think you can start working on that. And then came we got the good news are that we got a ticket to the next phase, the next stage, to get the implementation one. I think it has been almost 3 months since we started. And well, the most important thing here, besides the development and the planning that you have to do, I would say 2 things. First is at the beginning of this stage, you will define some KPIs. And it's quite important to think, about that, because that will drive your implementation stage. And at the beginning, we didn't know exactly what KPIs were about, and we were not. And they're very useful, actually, because, well, they're, for us, KPIs were okay. We're going to develop something, so we have to set up technical milestones. But actually, not only. We defined 4 groups of KPIs, technical ones, but also use case, which was related to the maturity level of how we started and how we ended right now, and the other 2, which we found really useful, and I'm going to explain you why. The third one was commercial KPIs, and the other group was social exposure. I'm going to explain a little bit. The idea was to measure, since we are an accelerator program, not only the development of the proof of concept or the product that you're gonna, or the service that you're gonna present, but actually the Blockchers team, we're gonna push you to do meetings with future clients, try to close deals, do some social exposure. I don't know, maybe for us was quite new actually. We're not the experts on this. No, we are mainly developers. So how to communicate? They push you to do some blogging articles, go to events, and it's very useful. So it's important also to prepare and when you're going to define your these KPIs, because they're, well, you will have every 2 weeks you will have a follow-up meeting with Blockchers team, and the idea is to do these small checkpoints every now and then and try to accomplish these milestones. And well, and here we are actually, you know, we are on the last, next week, if coronavirus let us do so, we'll be at Frankfurt, and who knows, no, well, I hope for the best that we are gonna get the first or the second prize. If not, of course, the other projects were also awesome, so they deserve also this prize. But we have been working hard for that, and in order to close up, and of course, if you want to ask, I would be really happy to ask any questions. I would say that, well, as a conclusion, this has helped a lot to do this first step of bootstrapping a first proof of concept, because yeah, at the state that we were, it was not easy to find and convince something blockchain technology, in our case identity, which is still not very regulated, and there are some implications, and finding the right SME was paramount also. That's very important, and of course the financial help and the help from these guys, from the coaching, it was impressive. So never hesitate to call them back, to write them, and they are there to help you, and they will provide context and insightful information and whatever. So yeah, I think that's all. So just want to thank you, of course. And if you have any questions, of course.
So thank you very much, Xavier. I don't know if anyone have questions, but your opinion was useful for us also to try to improve for the second one. So we are trying to always improve our actions. Yes. But the idea was to have a first-hand opinion, not only our as organizer of the call, but always to have the opinion of the end user, from you is very useful for us.
Pleasure.
So thank you. I continue with the ones we have speak about the first call. We are trying to explain how to apply for the second one. So what's the process? We have, as I said before, the open call is open until next Friday, 13th of March. All the applications must be done through the F6S web page or platform. It's really easy to use it. You have only to register and to fulfill a questionnaire of 25 questions, but really short ones. So go on, open your submissions and do. Don't wait until the last day, please, because it's really easy, but you need some time to fulfill the questionnaire, and there are questions. You need to explain something, and it's better to have 1-2 days to well think that what you want to explain. So we have talked before about how the program works, Also Xavier has explained. Right now we are in the open call moment. We have the submission, the matchmaking with the SME, Then once you submit the proposal, after the 13th, we have the evaluation process. We will have external evaluators, the partners of the project. We cannot evaluate all the proposals. It's like an independence criteria that we have. So we have different external evaluators that they will give the ranks of the proposals. And once the better ones have been selected, we have the contract signature process. It's going to be quick, but we need some time. So once the proposal has been selected, expect that on May we can start with the immersion phase. That is going to be really short. In this immersion phase, you must prepare a pitch contest that in this case we are going to do in the next web conference that is going to be in Amsterdam. That is a novelty from the second call. The first one we did in Budapest. The second one is going to be in Amsterdam. This is a really big event, so it's also a good opportunity for you to attend here. Later, the finally selected companies for the implementation stage, you must develop the use cases from July to December. You have this more or less 5-6 months to develop the use case with the end user SME, and at the end of this process, you must give us a final result that we can evaluate. We need a progress from the start to the end. So you need to do something during these 6 months. And in December and January, we are going to do the final recognition prize with the final event. So before submission, it's really easy. Read the guidelines. You have also the questions that we tried to ask before. And as we are using public fundings, please be careful with the compatibilities in each country. There are different compatibilities, so please try to check them before the submission. For us, the instructions. The first one is where we are going to focus. Identify the sector where you try to give your solution. The important thing, contact with the end user SME and give the letter of commitment. This one is the main point of non-eligibility of the proposals. Please be careful, send a signed letter signed by both companies. So the first call we have received letters of commitment without the signature of the end user SME. So it's a really easy process, but be sure that you fulfill the requirements. Please submit the letter of commitment, and it must be signed by both companies. This is the main eligibility criteria. And at the end, fulfill the online form. Here you have the link. It's really easy, so please try to do. As I said before, do not wait until the last minute. If you don't have open your proposal, I tell you to do today or tomorrow, but you have these 10 days to finish the proposal, thinking the answers. So regarding the eligibility, we are well talking about, so there are not very complicated criteria. The thing is, you must be an SME, both of them, the technological and the end user. Make sure that you are an SME. So you need to use a DLT, or a blockchain technology. So we are talking about blockchain, but you can use all over you want. And we need the letter of commitment within companies. The eligibilities, the countries, both of the companies must to be located in one of the countries that are included in the European programs, in the European Community program. The United Kingdom is included because we have the funds before the Brexit. So if you have a British company, you can submit for our program. It's not a problem for us. And we have the list of all the countries that you can submit, and the associated countries you have here included. only one proposal per company will be accepted. So if you have different ideas, please select the one you consider is the best. So we cannot evaluate two proposals for a company, and we are going to select the last one you have submitted. So be aware with that. Only one proposal. The companies funded in the first call cannot be supported in the second one, and no subcontracting is allowed. So we expect to support the technological companies. So if you need to subcontract the service from a research center or someone, so we consider that you don't have the technical skills to develop the use case. So no subcontracting is allowed. You are expected to do the development of the use case. And at the end, how we are going to evaluate the different proposals. As I said before, we are going to do the first off is an automatic sorting. There are different red flags, the origin country and different ones. That is automatically, if you don't fulfill the very easy requirements, you are automatically discarded. The second one, to have a remote evaluation done by different experts. They are independent experts, not from the project. And you are going to be evaluated by two different experts. Each proposal is going to be evaluated by two persons. One is going to focus in the technical part, about the blockchain technology and the DLT, and the other expert is going more focused in the business plan. So you must try to well answer both things, the technical part and the business plan that is after your proposal. And at the end, how we are going to communicate your results. So here you have, if you are selected, you are going to, or selected or not, you are going to receive a letter, and then you may be in the waiting list or pre-selected. And more or less, this is all that we want to tell to you. I don't know if I saw that you were sending questions in the chat. I don't know if any one of you want to have an open question, or you have any other thing to comment. From our side so here you have all the channels, the mail, the Telegram channel, the website. If you have any doubt, we are always open to answer you. Please, I saw that it was any problem with the mail. Try to send another mail, please, because we were answering questions. So I don't know. So if you have any other question or anything to comment, this is the moment now, or during this week by these channels.
Yeah, you can. Just for the last minutes, in case anyone has additional questions that were not answered through the chat window, you can raise up your hand and we will open your microphone just in case. Otherwise, we will be finishing the session. Yep. Okay, then.
Always, so we encourage you to submit your proposals.
Must all the team members be stakeholders in SME? No, they should be employees, okay, or attached to the SMEs. I mean, an SME can have up to 250 employees, so we are not expecting in bigger companies like that to have the CEO involved in the implementation of a use case. We would expect that, for instance, if it's a small startup or a micro company with 2 or 3 employees. Okay, so just to reinforce the message, do not wait till the very end to submit, okay? Also, if you have not opened the proposal, it will be a nice time to go to F6S right now and click on open the submission. You can complete it later if you don't have time to do it, but that will help us really to know a little bit how many proposals we will be getting. How many bootcamps will be in place? There will be 2. So the first one will be like a pitch competition that will be happening in the next web conference in June. So the selected or pre-selected 18 teams will have free access to tickets to access this super event in Amsterdam. And then by the end of the acceleration phase, the 12 teams will have the final competition to get the 2 additional prizes. We still don't know where will this second event take place, but just to let you know that in this very first call, this is happening next week in Frankfurt at the Crypto Asset Conference. Okay, but we will look for a public event with relevance so that you can also
give dissemination from your company and from your use cases.
That's it. Yeah. Anything else? Okay then. So thank you very much for joining today and keep in touch. Just the last one. Okay, will the use case SME be involved or needs to be present in the event? We don't force the SME use case to attend the bootcamps. It is always a voluntary decision by the teams. We think that reinforces the message, but as we are not disbursing the funds to the end user, we're only disbursing the funds to the tech SME. We understand that in some cases it won't be possible. So that's on your will, basically. Yep. Okay then. So that's it, guys. Take care. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.